Please protect Sunu.
How did he even get out of your sight? What were you doing with her? Are you trying to make a child your accomplice? Wait.
Grandpa.
I don't want to ever see you with that lady again.
I just needed some air, that's it.
You should have said that.
Y'all don't care about me.
No matter how much you try to destroy my dad's name, I will be here to protect it.
The day is finished.
How can you guard something that's already destroyed? Oh, no, for my dead body, no.
Uko na dem?
Of course, niko na dem, but akona mtu yako 7 years.
Jana Jabali ameamua kwa baba Kambo. Roho ikishapenda imependa. Au hauna vision ya maisha yako vile unaka? Kwa hiyo ukora inalipa.
This right here could be my dad's best revenge ever.
Hii mambo inajulikana tu kifamilia, sawa?
Ukichukua ndama, unachukua na kamba yake.
Kama sijakuelewa.
Hebu ingia kwa ndani, uone dada yako anatawala kwa wenyewe. Bye.
Ndio kwa daktari uangaliwe, ijulikane kama you are fit to travel.
Hata mimi nakubaliana na wewe.
Mbona unaleta za ovyo? Wataka hii safari ipostponiwe, si ndio? We, Jabali mamako amepangia nini baba yangu?
Unge na madhako, pia tokee uendanishe wote pamoja.
No.
Well, a very good afternoon to you from wherever you're joining us. Definitely, this is the Lunchtime News. My name is Yambo, and on the sign language is Byron Abule. Now, a section of religious leaders from Mombasa County has called for the immediate dismissal from service of all police officers involved in the murder of blogger and teacher Albert Ojwang. The clerics, serving under the umbrella of Mombasa Pastors Fellowship, have at the same time demanded a speedy, independent and transparent probe into the circumstances surrounding the death of Ojwang in the hands of police officers, condemning what they described as a growing pattern of repression against dissenting voices. The leaders have also called for a candid national conversation on the justice and the rule of law in the country.
We therefore make the following demands. 1, immediate resignation or dismissal of all the culprits and an independent investigation into the killing of the young man, with the full transparency and accountability for the officers involved, and with the same speed we saw during the death of a member of parliament. We can never build a better future when the young people are left out. Some of the things they are raising up may help us have a better Kenya of tomorrow.
Serikali ichukulie jambo hili katika uzito, kuhakikisha kwamba haki imetendeka kwa jamii hii na kwa Kenya yote nzima, ili tuweze kujua ni nani ambaye alifanya jambo hili, makusudi ilikuwa ni nini.
And the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNHCR, has officially opened a new regional office in Garissa County. The move is aimed at improving access to justice and supporting the protection of rights for residents in northern Kenya. KNCHR Vice Chair, that is Dr. Raymond Nyaris, said the opening is part of the Commission's broader strategy to bring services closer to the people. He hinted at further expansion into neighboring counties like Mandera and Tana River. Local human rights defenders welcome the launch, calling it a long overdue development. KNCHR says it is optimistic about the role the new Garissa office will play in advancing human rights. Residents are being encouraged to make full use of the services now available to them.
Our commission is here to defend our rights and advocate for us, and inshallah we'll champion defending human rights cases and defending human rights violations happening in the region.
Before, we were going on reporting all human rights violations to Wajir. As a region, we were having only one office in Wajir. So this office will serve us to address those issues.
Wananchi from Garissa County and the neighboring counties of Tana River and even Lamu can access our office and enjoy the services that the Commission provides.
And still in northeastern counties, where the Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has dismissed claims by the opposition that universal healthcare coverage has failed, saying the program is alive and working across Kenya. Now, Duale spoke in Garissa County during the official launch of the Social Health Authority onboarding and the Digital Health Transformation Campaign. Now, the Cabinet Secretary defended the Universal Health Coverage Initiative, saying it has already brought real measurable benefits to Kenyans across the country. He termed UHC a moral obligation and a crucial investment in ensuring that that quality and affordable healthcare is accessible to every citizen, regardless of income or location. More than 150,000 people have already signed up in the county, with Garissa Township leading in registration. Nationally, 23.6 million Kenyans have enrolled in the scheme.
We have all the practical and all evidence to show that universal health care is working. SHA is working. 23.6 million Kenyans have registered. We want to cover 100% of the Kenyan population.
Huwa inasaidia ile mtu analala hospitali, akilalishwa mtu ama mtu afanyiwe operation, imesaidia sana.
Viongozi wote hapo wamesema twende tu register. Hiyo itakuwa jukumu yetu. Tutafanya kazi na Ministry of Health na county government, twende nje tu register watu yetu.
And Kenyans benefiting from the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, KITI, have been challenged to utilize the grants as a source of economic empowerment. Legislators drawn from Siaya County, led by the region's woman representative in the National Assembly, Christine Ombaka, have urged the beneficiaries to initiate income-generating activities as a crucial step towards eradicating poverty in the country. The lawmakers made the clarion call during a students' mentorship forum at the Siaya National Polytechnic grounds.
We are supposed to reduce poverty. That is why we give you this money to do biashara, to do table banking, so that you have money in your pocket. We are supposed to create wealth, to give you the power to create wealth. And if you don't use this money, you are not creating wealth to yourself. If you misuse the money, you cannot be given money again, because you do not know how to create wealth. The law says that you must be in a group, and that group must be registered, and that group must have bank account, and that group must have members, and members must have their IDs, and the members must have projects. Are you doing table banking? If you're not doing table banking, you start dropping out.
And teachers in Kajiado County have held a candle-lighting vigil in honor of their slain colleague, that is Albert Ojwang, who died under mysterious circumstances while in police custody at Nairobi Central Police Station. The vigil held in Siaya County was led by Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, that is KUPPET, Kajiado branch, in solidarity with teachers across the country. Zadok Kisienya, KUPPET Kajiado branch Secretary General, said teachers will not rest until justice is served.
For the union makes us strong.
We condemn what happened in the strongest terms possible, and we are saying we don't have guns, but we have brains, and we are saying we cannot allow this to continue.
The county governments are yet to fully assume devolved functions in the 2026-27 budget cycle. This is according to the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kipkurui. Dr. Kipkurui Chepkwony, who noted that the process initiated 2 years ago has been guided by the 4th schedule of the Constitution. Speaking during a sensitization meeting with principal secretaries, Chepkwony emphasized that it had been a consultative exercise involving both levels of government and other key stakeholders, culminating in a consensus that informed the publication of the legal notice in December last year. Principal Secretary for Devolution, that is Michael Loikenu Lena Solan, added that devolution is a gradual and progressive transformation, highlighting the importance of unbinding and clarifying functions to ensure that government services are brought closer to the people.
The process did not conclude with all elements agreed upon. There were elements and functions that were not agreed upon at the first instance, and those ones we call them contentious issues. We set aside the issues that were not agreed upon between the two levels of government, and we proceeded to gazette where they had been agreed upon.
There are gaps, there are laws that are a clawback to devolution. We need your support to ensure that these laws are amended to support devolution.
We have first to agree, the two levels of government have to agree on which function can be best, that can be effectively performed by or exercised by one level of government.
The Kenya National Private Security Workers Union is calling on the relevant authorities to comply with the 6% minimum wage increment as authorized by the head of state on Labor Day. The union members, led by Secretary General Isaac Andabwa, marched to the Labor Ministry to table their grievances while asking that companies be given licenses for complying. The ministry's representative, Richard Itabwa, assured the union that the demands would be met soon and called for their patience.
Tunauliza Ministry of Labor wata-implement lini na wata-implement na areas. Sisi kama wafanyikazi bawabu hatulipi minimum wage. Employers wengi wanapoteza kazi kwa sababu ya corruption na underpayment.
Mnayotafuta ni haki yenu. The minimum wage, hiyo ni sheria na hiyo ni haki. Na sisi pia tunashughulikia.
Correctional Services Principal Secretary Dr. Salome Biko has urged residents of Yambo County, including persons with disabilities, to turn out and register for the newly announced government jobs in the informal sector. Speaking during a community outreach event at Kiamwangi Center in Gatundu South, Dr. Biko expressed concern over the country's slow uptake of the Climate Works Initiative, a program that has drawn over 300,000, that is youth, countrywide. As part of a visit, the Principal Secretary also distributed assistive devices, including wheelchairs and crutches, to persons with disabilities in the area and delivered food donation to support vulnerable households.
Now we are at the registration stage. Tunawahimiza all the youth from Gatundu, from Kiambu, because we are lagging behind the rest of the country in terms of registration. Tafadhali, we register because it's a very, very good program. The government has started affordable housing. We are going to reach around 200,000 houses that we are building countrywide. please go and work at those jobs, because there are very many jobs, direct and indirect. You can be a supplier, you can be a mason, you can be a plumber, you can be an electrician.
Well, that story brings us to our first break of the bulletin. We'll be back with much more, including sports.
This Father's Day, tell us why your dad is your hero. Is it his strength, his kindness, or his bad dad jokes? Post a 1-minute video sharing what makes your dad unforgettable, and you could win a one-night staycation at one of these hotels: the Fairview Hotel Nairobi, the Best Western Hotel Upper Hill, or the Holiday Inn Nairobi. Simply tag your 1-minute clip at Y254 on X, Facebook, and Instagram for your chance to win. Choose one of these hotels to also tag in your post, and you could spoil your dad for a night at Holiday Inn Nairobi, at Fairview Hotel Nairobi, and at Best Western Upper Hill. Don't forget to use the hashtag MyKBCDad. Let's celebrate our heroes in style.
Fixing the sensation of an amputated arm.
We identify this area, and then we look for the nerve that was going to the skin of this area, and then we take that nerve now and connect it to the ones that were going to the hand.
This week we bring you a groundbreaking surgery of a kind.
Mimi nilikuwa nauliza mkono wangu iko wapi, because mimi nilijua nilala na mkono. Kuamka napata sina mkono.
Join us this week as we learn about transhumeral targeted sensory reinversion.
The men and women in boots. They are commanded to defend and protect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Kenya. Their bravery knows no limits.
Make a man go through the wall without breaking the wall. Laziness. It is not in our vocabulary.
But what are their stories, their tales? Military Tales, every Saturday at 9 p.m. with Ben Troy Njoe.
Thank you for staying with us. Principal Secretary for Irrigation, Ephantus Kimotho, has announced that the construction of the proposed 30 billion shillings Rodat Dam in Mogotio constituency, that is in Baringo County, will expand irrigation coverage from 7,000 acres to 24,000 acres. Speaking during a public participation forum on land compensation held in Radat, the Principal Secretary stated that construction will commence once residents living in the area designated for the project are compensated. He noted that water from the dam will significantly boost irrigation in the Perkara scheme. Area leaders who were in attendance called on the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation to prioritize residents for employment opportunities in the project.
It has been said in such a way that hata watu wa upstream watapata maji through ile mradi ya solarization. Kwa hivyo watu kutakuwa na equity for all. Watu wa downstream maji tena by gravity. Nao watu wa downstream hii mradi iko na 50 km stretch ya kufanya irrigation. Na vile kama vile mnajua pale Pekera irrigation scheme, which is one of the best performing irrigation schemes in the country. Pekera tuko na only 5,800 acres, but of that 2,800 ndio tunalima saizi, kwa vile hii river ya Pekera ni a bit seasonal. Though tukitumia zile ma river zingine Kilamolo river tumeweza kuongeza another 4,400 acres.
Wakulima saa hii kwa Pekera irrigation scheme tunafanya 2,500 eka 2,500. Hiyo maji ikifungwa sasa itaongezeka tupate eka 5,800.
Tunajua tutakuwa na faida mingi sana. Kama ni mashamba yetu
tutakondesha, tutalima nyanya, tutafanya vitu mingi sana hapa. Biashara itaenda juu. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru sana kwa hii mradi.
Into matters agriculture, where Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has called on county governments across the country to ensure they preserve Agricultural Society of Kenya showgrounds against encroachment. Speaking in Kakamega, Kagwe said the ASK showgrounds are essential for the development of the agricultural sector. He also encouraged the youth to embrace the opportunities arising from the use of new technologies in agriculture and find employment through creative and digitalization.
Number 1, number 3. Contract 9, kutoka Cairo.
You know, some of them look at the ASK land, wanaona ni kama pahali imenona kidogo, alafu nataka kuishukua. Tafadhali bwana governor, the ASK property is the ASK property.
The council.
And a section of Isiolo residents has faulted a move by members of County Assembly, that is the MCAs, to begin impeachment proceedings against Governor Abdi Ibrahim Guyo without proper consultation and called for withdrawal of the notice of motion for impeachment. Local Isiolo community members, led by Somali Council of Elders Secretary General Idle Hassan, accused the MCAs of bypassing all other avenues of dispute resolution and opting to impeach the governor. The debate on the impeachment motion is scheduled for Tuesday next week.
Tungependa sana watu wakuje kwa meza waongee. Najua MCAs wako na oversight role. Na tunajua shughuli zenu. Hii yote ambayo mnafanya is a constitutional process. We all know that. Walakini kitambo hiyo hatua ifike, impeachment should be the last option. Baada ya kumaliza ile maneno shughuli zote ambayo ilikuwa natakani ifanyike.
And now to churches, where churches have been challenged to be directly involved in development projects in society. In addition to providing direction and assistance in spiritual life, stewards of Grace Religious Organization leaders, while training pastors in Busia County, urged them to be proactive in guiding communities, not only religiously, but also on social and developmental matters, that is.
We'll be ensuring that everybody who is enrolled in the program, they participate in our environment issues like planting trees, ensuring that we have the sanitation in our areas are well taken care of.
Our aim is to involve the church generally in mainstreaming what we are calling in our language holistic approach to ministry, where the church is not limited to providing spiritual nourishment to the people and neglecting the other aspects of their livelihood.
We are going to benefit because now we have our sponsors that stand with us, and also it is going to benefit our disabled people, our children and elderly people. So we are very grateful and we love the program.
National women's soccer team, that is Harambee Starlets, has intensified training ahead of tomorrow's clash against Burundi, in the ongoing CECAFA Senior Women's Championship in Dar es Salaam, that is in Tanzania. Kenya will then face defending champions Uganda in the second match on Tuesday next week at the Azam Complex Stadium in Chamazi. Uganda got off to a strong start in the tournament, edging Burundi 1-0 in the opening fixture played yesterday. The five-nation regional tournament, organized by CECAFA in partnership with the Tanzania Football Federation, features host Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Burundi and South Sudan. The championship serves as a key preparatory event for CECAFA's representatives ahead of the 2025 Africa Women Cup of Nations, WAFCON, set to take place in Morocco this July. The Harambee Starlets' participation in the tournament underscores the Football Kenya Federation's FKF ongoing commitment to providing the national women's team with high-level competitive exposure.
Training imekuwa poa sana. Tuko well prepared kuface hizo game ziko game za CECAFA. Naweza sema I'm very proud of myself and nashukuru kwa hii opportunity nimepata. Nitaweza kulearn a lot kutoka kwa macoach, ma players na kila mtu. So I'm happy.
Okay, tumekuwa hapa for 2 days now. Training imekuwa poa. Kila mtu amejipush na mimi na feel kila mtu ako ready because hii tizi tumekuwa nayo ya mwisho, kila mtu amejisukuma na feel tuko sawa na tuko ready for the tournament.
And former AFC Leopards Sports Club Commercial Director Vincent Enos Mutoka has declared his candidature for the club's chair position in the June 29th elections. Let's get the details.
Key priorities in Vincent Enos Mutoka's vision for the club include restoring the team's lost glory, professionalizing the club's operations, strengthening the technical bench and motivation of players, and long-term financial sustainability.
Nataka to correct vitu ambazo hazifanyiki kwa hii club vizuri, na kama chairman nishajua ni nini haifanyiki vizuri kwa club. Na ndio sababu niko hapa na vai ili niingie hapo ndani nizi correct, na ninapatia mashabik, napatia members wa Ingwe just 2 years we must have corrected what is wrong at the club.
A total of 2,706 valid club members have been cleared by the IEBC to vote in the election, in which Mutoka is set to face off with former international Boniface Sambani.
Ni lazima to grow the base of this club in terms of corporate sponsors. Ili sponsor moja akitoka venye ilifanyika pale 2019 SportPesa akitoka, tusibaki kwa ile shida ya kwamba hatuna any other sponsor we can rely on. And then secondly, I have said we want to win the league next year. I am promising our fans and our members that we are going to win this league next year, and that win will bring more members, and bringing more members we will sell more merchandise and we will have more gate collections. So tusibebwe tuna euphoria, tubebwe na yetu, tumia akili yetu, tuangalie ni nani ambaye anaweza kutoa kwa step A atupeleke kwa step B. Sababu hii step A yenye tunasema rebuilding tumekuwa kama Arsenal kwamba next season hiyo next season lazima tuitoe na tuseme kwamba we want to win the league this coming season. 27 years is a long time.
Another headache for the team is the lack of training ground and financial instability, with the current Betika sponsorship set to end at the end of this month.
FC Leopards 27 years ago hatujaipata kikombe, lakini ukiangalia ile team tuko nayo inahitaji changes kidogo sana, na ndio naambia fans kwamba if we get 5 additional players to this squad we are going to win the league next year. Hii kikombe tunabeba hii msimu ambayo inakuja, hiyo ni short term. Long term, FC Leopards 61 years down the line hatuna mahali tunaweza ita nyumbani, na ndio ninasema in 2 years time we must get a training ground for FC Leopards, a place we can call home.
The oldest football club in Kenya is also facing several managerial and financial challenges, which have triggered a proposal to go corporate. The winner will succeed outgoing club legend Dan Shikanda, who has served for a maximum of 2 terms of 3 years each.
From sports, we look at some local news where Yambo County government has rolled out a new digital system for managing and collecting market-related payments, making a shift towards full digitization of county services. Through an enterprise resource planning system, the county now collects fees such as market entry, daily use, stalls, and livestock landing charges via an automated platform. The system features an M-Pesa prompt to pay option, eliminating the need for cash transactions. Traders receive instant digital receipts, which also serve as permits for hawking and temporary structures. County officials say the system is also helping generate accurate data to support planning and trader management across Yambo.
This system is called an ERP. That is the system that we use at Yambo County. All this data is incorporated in that system. Like, for example, when you get into that system, if it is Ruaka, I'm able to tell how many traders I have in Ruaka, how many stalls I have in Ruaka, what is the amount of fees that is attached to each and every service that we need to collect in form of the market. So that means that it is uniform, it is fair. We don't have an issue where we have a trader paying less or more than the rest. So what we do is, it is a very easy system. When a trader, for example, like my friend here, when you come and charge for a daily fee, we have two options. Number one, the revenue officer can come, prompt the trader with the details of the store number. Then the trader easily pays for the entry fees.
Well, that's where we wrap up the Lunchtime News. My name is Yambo. On the sign language was Byron Abuli. Be sure to stay tuned for more news updates at 7 and 9 p.m. Good afternoon.
Imagine a future where you can enjoy the fruits of your hard work without financial worries. A time when you can truly relax, travel, and pursue your passions. To achieve that dream, you need to plan today. With a cost of living constantly rising and inflation showing no signs of slowing down, the money you need today will be nearly 10 times higher by the time you retire. Without a solid retirement plan, you risk financial insecurity when your active income stops. That's why saving for retirement is necessary. Regardless of your age, it's never too early or too late to start planning. Engage with experts from any RBA registered individual pension plan for guidance in tailoring a retirement strategy based on your current lifestyle, future goals, and desired retirement age. This provides the fixed regular income you'll need after retirement to ensure you live comfortably without compromising your quality of life. The earlier you start saving, the more secure your future will be. Start saving for your retirement today and live your golden years the way you've always dreamed. For more information, visit our website www.rba.go.ke, call our toll-free line 0800 720 300 or email info@rba.go.ke. Secure your future. Secure your peace of mind. RBA, safeguarding your retirement benefits.
I am joined by three phenomenal gentlemen who are pushing past stereotypes, who are turning pain into purpose, and who are redefining what it means to be a father.
Fatherhood is amazing. That's the one thing I must say about fatherhood.
I enjoy just to connect with my children. I'm also playing it forward, but also shaping them for the future.
I became a single dad 9 years ago now. And that is the time you really understand, one, the role of a woman in a house. I think for me, the biggest surprise was that fatherhood is more about presence than provision.
Don't Google everything. Go and ask, because fatherhood in the US, fatherhood in Ukambani, fatherhood in Samburu is different.
Honor is your character, that you build your character in such a way that your children would want to be like you.
So dakta, hujambo mwanadunia popote ulipo, karibu sana katika makala mengine. Makala ni ya dunia wiki hii, makala ambayo yanaangazia taarifa za kimataifa kutoka kila pembe